Hi, 72daystar, out in the walk-in vlog. There was a question asked on, I think it was atheist versus theist, which is like 60 to 70% atheist and 20 to 30% trolls, with the very occasional naive theist who wanders into the room. The question asked was, how do you deal with it when you're talking to a theist? How do you try to not lose your cool, not end up flaming them in a rather unproductive way? And I provided a couple of ways. I don't want to really get into them at length here because I'm studying these right now in my program, and so I don't want to go too far into it because I'm figuring I'm going to actually be able to do a much better version of this in the near future. So I'm just going to talk on one that I have personal experience in. When I was a Christian who argued for Christianity, and I was able to debate with some atheists and hold my ground occasionally, I was able to deflect their rhetoric, and I realized at some points when I was sort of wrestling with my own thoughts that if I did somehow show to myself that I was in the wrong, that I didn't have a good basis for my beliefs, I would lose everyone I know. At that time, virtually everyone I know. I had a few childhood friends who were patient enough to still talk to me, and I guess maybe at some level of consciousness I knew enough to kind of break the rules, because the rules were I was supposed to not associate with worldly people. I was supposed to block them out of my life. So I guess I've opened an avenue for the accusations of those sorts of Christians who would say, well, you weren't totally committed then, were you? Maybe not. Maybe not. And I'll just have to deal with that if that's the way they want to go, if that's the way they want to argue it. But I was pretty much very zealous, very active, but I did maintain a few relationships, and I think that was the only thing that allowed me. That allowed me to get out. If I had to cut myself off from them, I think it would have been much more difficult to allow myself the ability to realize that my position was flawed. So human relationships. So when you're arguing with a theist, especially the fundamentalist types, the ones that would say things like guard your associations and don't make friends with the world and stuff like that. Keep in mind that what they have on the line is all of their social relations, and that's a very powerful way of controlling people. So keep that in mind the next time you're tempted to really flame into some theist you're talking to. Okay, that's all for now. 72daystar, out.